Turning to a first alert out of Richland County, a deputy is now recovering in the hospital after crashing into an electric pole. Officials say the deputy was responding as backup yesterday after a suspect attempted to avoid a traffic stop near Spears Creek Church Road. Investigators say while heading to the scene with emergency sirens, a car turned in front of the deputy, who then collided with an electric pole, avoiding that car. The Richland County Sheriff's Department says the other driver was given a ticket for failure to yield.